Hello, if you have come to this video is because you want to know how to correctly change the strings on your guitar. So I guess we should get to the topic in hand. So let's say you want new strings or one of your strings broke and you want to change them. The first thing is you gotta get the new strings, obviously. I will change the strings on this guitar because they're old, but we're in the middle of a pandemic and it's hard to get new strings. I will need to buy them online, but I'm too lazy for that. We're gonna pretend that we have new strings. So, the first thing you need to do is loosen the strings. For that, you will need to use these things over here that are called the tuning pegs. They are used for tuning your guitar strings. Yeah, I know, great definition. But technically, they increase or decrease the tension in the strings, changing the tuning of them. So you will start turning the peg. If you have trained ear, you will notice the increase in pitch. Or if you are not so trained in the ear, you can lift the string and feel the tension. Changing the sound will be like that. This. You hear it start dropping. So you tune it until the string becomes very loose. You want the string very loose. Once the string is loosened like this, you'll notice that in the saddle, this part is the saddle, there is a knot. You will want to get rid of that knot. Since the guitar is loosened, it will be easier because there will be no more tension tightening that knot. Once the knot is loosened, you can remove the string and you can remove it from this part. This process is tiresome and can take half an hour, to be honest. Time for a jump cut! Okay, so now we have successfully removed the guitar string. We want to do that with all 6 strings of the guitar before putting on the new strings. But you wanna do it in an order. I will suggest you to do it. First one string in the left, then right, then left, then right, then left, then right. In that way you even out the tension in the neck on both sides and it avoids warping. You want to take care of the neck of the guitar. You don't want to cut the strings with a scissor because the sudden change in tension on the neck can damage it. You want to do it slowly. That's what she said. So once you have removed all the guitar strings, you will want to open the new pack and restring the guitar from the middle to the sides. For the same reason, even out the tension on the sides of the neck, these parts, and because it leaves easy access to the middle strings for you to put them on. First, you want to put the string here in the saddle. It has a slot for the string to fit, and you want to put it through the hole on the bridge. First, you want to make the knot that we previously unknotted. I don't know if that's the word, but that's the first step to put on a new guitar string. Once you have put the string through the hole in the bridge, you will want to make a turn around the string and one time through the hole, second time like knitting, and a third time. Once that's done 3 times, you pull the long side of the string and the knot is done. The tension will keep the knot tightened and the string will not untie itself. You can cut this remaining piece once the string is tightened. Once our string has its knot in the bridge, and saddle, we put this end of the string, the other end of the string, where we took it up in the tuning peg. We will have a little hole. And here comes the most boring part about this. You put it in like a needle, like a thread in a needle. I don't know if that's the term for it. Once that's there, you'll start turning this, making sure there is some length of string so it will not pop off from it. And you turn and turn and turn it, and boy, will this get boring. Jump cut! Okay, in the final part of tightening the string, you'll want to make sure that the string is inside the slot in the nut. This part is called the nut, and is also in the slot in the saddle. You want to make sure this little nut is okay and that this string is straight. Yeah, that's the word. Love. Once that's done, you can finally start tuning your strings. If you know your tuning, you already know a lot. And why are you in this video? If not, I would suggest you to search online for an online tuning tool, or you can download one on your cell phone. I, for example, use Guitar Tuna to tune my strings. But I will not finally tune the strings until all the strings are put on the guitar, because as you tighten the guitar, the neck will compress a little bit, so you will have to tune the strings again. So I will leave the string tuning for when all the strings are put on the guitar, and that's how you change the strings on a classical guitar. The acoustic guitars have some little pegs on their strings. I don't know if you now you can see it in this one. They have these little metallic pieces. I don't know if it will focus, but they remove the need of a nut in the bridge. They have mechanisms for that to secure them from this piece of metal, so you don't have to make a knot in that part. Okay, now time for general questions about string changing, I think. Can you put, well, technically it will appear here if I know how to edit video and put text, but okay. Can you put steel strings on a nylon acoustic guitar or vice versa? No, you can. Nobody's stopping you from. But the steel string guitars use more pressure. The steel strings make more pressure on the neck of the guitar. So if you put them on a nylon string guitar, you can damage the neck. So you shouldn't do it. And so in that way, if the steel string guitars are designed for higher tension, can I use nylon strings on a steel string guitar? You can, but you shouldn't, because they are designed for steel strings. The person who designed it took in consideration the deformation caused by the tension, the size of the strings. So in a way it will not sound nice, and there will be problems with the action of the guitar. It may have higher or lower action because of the nylon strings, so it's not advisable. How often should I change the strings of my guitar? Well, it depends. Firstly, your budget, because yeah, strings cost. But secondly, depends on what level of guitar you're in. If you're a beginner, you should change them every time a string breaks. And even though you should only change one. Why? Because strings, the metal coating on nylon strings and all the string in a steel string oxidizes. that changes the color of the sound. Color is how something sounds. So when you're starting, you don't notice it. So you can play without strings and it will sound good. But as you get better at guitar, as you train your ears, that oxidation of the strings changes the color of the sound and it can become annoying. It doesn't affect your playing, but it can become annoying. It can start affecting your playing when strings start becoming stiff, but that takes more time than oxidation. So if you're beginning, change them every time a string breaks. As you get better, that those things can start annoying you. So you should change them around every month, every 2 months. And if you are now a professional guitarist giving concerts and all that, you should change them every 2 weeks to 3 weeks is advisable. If it's not, every more time. Next question. The new strings sound out of tune. What can I do about it? The thing is that new strings need a time to settle in. That means that when you put tension on them, they will stretch a little bit. They will stretch a little bit and that will loosen them up a little bit and that changes the tuning of the string. So the guitar will sound out of tune. A recommendation is that you have to play the guitar continuously 24 hours, no, not continuously, but a 24-hour playing time for the strings to finally settle in. So you don't have to tune them every time you pick up the guitar. You should do that every time you practice, but it's not so noticeable the difference in tuning. So guys, I hope you liked the video. I hope you found it informative. I hope you learned something new. If you are studying guitar playing, that's great. It's a great hobby. If it's your passion, welcome to the channel. This is the first video in the channel. Please subscribe. I will be doing new videos about guitar playing. I will try to keep it varied. Not only a channel of electric guitar, not only a channel of classical guitar, folk guitar, fingerstyle guitar. I would like to address all those topics. So subscribe. If you have more questions, write it in the comments and see you next time.